If you're watching this replay, go ahead and skip ahead a couple of minutes. We're going to get started in just a few. Good morning, good morning. Come in. It's a gloomy day here. So let me fix that. Happy Monday. Wow. Got a blessing of movement. I like that. Good morning, good morning. We're going to get started in just a minute. This is your weekly Tarotscope, okay? If you're new here, I've gotten a lot of new followers lately on TikTok. I'm looking at TikTok and YouTube. So this is your weekly Tarotscope. This is where we look at the week ahead to find out what is coming up for us, what is likely to happen either collectively or personally. And we use this information in order to get towards our goals, navigate life a lot easier. So come in, get comfortable, and we're going to get started in just a sec. Hey, Miss Molly. Hey, Jen. YouTube is being quiet right now. Good morning, Miss Jennifer. So again, if you're new here, I have a fun announcement that we're doing on next Monday. It's raining like crazy here, you guys, so you might hear it in a little bit. But anywho, so I have a big announcement of something that I'm doing on Monday the 29th, okay? My videos have blown up talking about tarot, how to read tarot, how to look for scammers or like pop tarot and real tarot and all those things, right? So I've gotten so many questions about tarot. What I decided to do is, I haven't done this in a while, is we're going to do a tarot masterclass, okay? This tarot masterclass is going to be 2 hours in length, and it's going to start at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and end at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday, September 29th, okay? What we're going to do is this is for people that are either new to tarot or you've been working to read tarot but maybe still feeling a bit stuck and confused, okay? We're going to dismantle everything, and I'm going to show you how the cards talk to each other. We're going to talk about what it means to do a real reading. We're just going to build that solid foundation within the 2 hours, okay? Like I said, we're going to dismantle the things you thought were true, and it's all meant to help you to build that solid foundation for you to be a real tarot reader, okay? So if you're interested in getting a spot, the spots are limited because my platform only allows so many for me to have live at a certain time. So you want to go to the link in my bio, YouTube, you can go to the link below, or you could go to the link in my bio and click on Tarot Masterclass, okay? That's where you're gonna RSVP, if I can speak this morning, and we'll have fun, okay? So, all right, welcome to your weekly Tarotscope. Like I said, this is where we get together every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time so we can uncover what is coming up for us in the week ahead, okay? This is how we use tarot for productivity, for evolution and growth. We see what's coming up, we acknowledge it, and we move through it, or we use the energy that's available. It's just something that gives us this awareness so we don't see life as happening to us, we see life as happening for us, okay? What we're going to do first is we are going to balance out the heart chakra. This is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra. All you do is just relax and breathe, okay? Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your eyes, and just breathe, okay? Obviously, if you're driving, please don't close your eyes, okay? Just listen to the singing bowl, and it's gonna help you with that vibration, okay? Here we go. Nice deep breaths. Now let's collectively take one super deep breath in. Fill your lungs, expand your rib cage, pick up all the heaviness. Now blow it out quickly and let it go. Okay? Did y'all hear the rain started like really coming down as soon as I started the bowl? It was giving us an extra cleanse. So if you just joined us, I was just telling everyone about the Tarot Masterclass that I'm doing on Monday, September 29th, okay? Make sure you RSVP. I don't know why I can't say that this morning. Make sure you RSVP as soon as possible because my platform only allows so many people to be in my live classroom, okay? It's gonna be 2 hours in length. We're gonna dismantle all the pop tarot stuff and we're gonna rebuild your tarot foundation, okay? We're gonna do a lot in 2 hours. So just be ready, okay? Will I need moderators? Probably, Jamie. You know me, all my lives. I need people to help, yes. So we had hard rain Thursday and Friday here. Oh yeah, it's been pouring this morning. It's crazy. Okay, so what we're going to do first is, hey, Miss Michelle, hey, Marlo. What we're going to do first is we are going to get our fairy blessing. And then we are going to get our overall tarot card from the divination book. And then we're going to choose the deck and we're going to pull cards for each day. Okay. How was the eclipse? The eclipse was fine for me. It was nice. I hope you all in my tribe, I hope you all did the intention setting that I gave you, right? Your list. If you haven't done that, make sure you do that. Okay. All right. What is our fairy blessing for this week? Focus on the oracle deck. Nice deep breaths. What is our fairy blessing for this week? Here comes the rain again. Goodness gracious. Ooh, a blessing of the unseelie, number 2. Okay. So when we're looking at the number 2 to begin with, 2 is a very feminine energy. It's a receptive energy, and it's also the energy of balance, right? So let's see what the fairy wants to bless us with this week. I'm going to read this to you because I have great messages. We used to pull this card all the time. It's been a minute. The fairy gift of following your true heart from the worthy rebels of the unseelie court. The gift of the unseelie is the gift of the rebellious one, the one who defies and who does not go with the flow. In fairy lore, the unseelie are sometimes considered dangerous, but their blessing is this: you are not born to appease and to concede, to give way always before forces that consume and control. You were born to be free, to decide who you were meant to be for yourself, and the unseelie's gift and blessings to you is that reminder. And this means that in this moment, there is something you must say no to. Say no to the forces that would ask you to do something that you feel is wrong. Say no to the quiet when there is an injustice. Say no to staying quiet when there's an injustice. Say no to going along, to getting along, and stand alone if you must in the renegade nature of the unseelie. So this is what helped me to build my platform on social media. Is I am the one that speaks out against pop tarot and the scammers and all that stuff, right? Because I see that there is an injustice happening, right? You can do the same in your own way, in your own life. It doesn't have to be about tarot, right? But you can see how it makes a massive difference when you stand for something, when you are looking out for others, when you are seeing that other people are being hurt and you're helping, okay? Let's see what else. It is a strange gift, a weird blessing to be sure, but in its way, it's an energy of rebellion and courage and defiance that is not born out of any desire to be unkind. That is so true, right? In fact, it is born out of the desire to be kind to your true self and to create space and room for you to breathe and be free. So what this is saying is you are free to be yourself this week. You are free to say no. You are free to say yes. You are free to do whatever you feel is in your highest good. Okay? This is what we talk about when we talk about the rebel. We've talked about this many times here in these sessions, is the rebel is not foolish. The rebel is the one who is actually very intelligent and goes against the grain because they know that what everybody else is going towards is a lie. right? So let's say, for example, you've been programmed so much to believe in lack, right? You have to go against the grain, be that rebel to not believe that, to say, no, there is more than enough available. You can have abundance if you want to. You just have to go against the grain of that conscious, or what is it called? The common think, right? You have to go against that and believe that no, abundance is available to everybody, me, you, them, everybody, right? So that's how we become that rebel, is we see it as what it is. We don't go along with people and things just because it's a trend or just because it's the collective thought. We have to see things for what they are and stand up for what is right, okay? All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to get the overall tarot card from the divination book, and then we're going to choose the tarot deck that I'm going to use to pull cards from for each day. I saw somebody say, today is the start of, oh, for goddess strength called Durga. Oh, I like that. Thank you for sharing that. This is perfect for Mars moving into Scorpio. Nice. Oh, I like that, Jamie. Yeah. I love the Eurythmics. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to treat this divination book just like we would a tarot deck, okay? We're going to knock on it to clear the energy. Hey, Tracy. We're going to let all that energy fall away. We're going to connect to it with our energy centers of our palms. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to connect to the divine and ask, what is our overall tarot message for this week? What is our overall tarot message for this week? What is our overall tarot message for this week? And we're going to move to a place in the book intuitively. Oh, we have the Seven of Wands. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. This book you can use daily, but here we use it weekly, okay? So it says, today you drew the Seven of Wands. You've got what it takes this week, goddess. Whatever obstacles are thrown your way will be easily overcome as long as you stand your ground and you see it through. Isn't that interesting how it goes with the blessing of the unseelie, right? The blessing is saying you have the power to stand your ground and to speak your truth or to live your truth, okay? You may feel as though people or problems are coming at you from all angles, but this is your opportunity to handle them in whatever way is for your highest good. Sometimes it's simply walking away. Other times it's standing your ground and having a conversation. Either way, aggression is not needed. Boundaries and personal power are. Remember that you have the advantage this week. The universe is on your side. Remember that, please. The universe is always on your side. Okay? It's like a loving parent that would do anything for you even though you're screwing up. Right? They're like, I love you, but okay, this is what you want. Here you go. Let me move this to the side. So I like how the cards are already speaking. They're already connecting together. And they're saying, this is your opportunity this week to do something for yourself, to live in your truth, to say no or to say yes to whatever it is that you believe in, right? So I like that. Universe can be a strict parent at times. Yeah, it is true. It is true. They can be strict, like, hey, here's what you want. I'm going to give it to you, but here's also the consequences. It's not that fun. Okay. So I'm going to try something if I don't make a mess here. On here. I don't know if I can, but let me try this right quick. Because it says you can make a, oh, there it is. Let me see. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, wait. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to figure this out. because I had a way to do a poll. Yeah, but I don't know how to freaking work this shit. Oh, man. Because I made one. Sorry, YouTube. Give me one sec. But I don't know how to... Never mind. Okay. I can't figure it out. Okay, so y'all are going to choose the tarot deck that I use. We have the Gilded Tarot, deck number 1. And we have Art Nouveau. It worked? So y'all can see deck 1 and deck 2? Okay, cool. All right, so Gilded Tarot, deck 1. Art Nouveau Tarot, deck 2. Okay, so vote, please. I'll see if I can see the results. I don't know if I can. It's going to last for like 2 minutes. I probably should have just done one, but that's okay. So deck 1 or deck 2. So you can vote in the poll. Let's see how it works. YouTube, y'all vote in the comments like you're doing. Thank you. So deck 1 or deck 2. 1 or 2. Try to do in the poll and see if that's going to work for us. In the top left corner, everybody says, you're not seeing it? Okay, then put it in the comments. I don't freaking know. See, you guys, this is why I don't use live a lot. So I think it's right there, you guys, the poll right there. If it's the same for y'all. Do y'all see that little blue thing? Yeah, it looks like a little blue clipboard. Yeah. You did it? Okay. See, we're all learning together. Sorry, YouTube. Y'all are kind of left out, but it'll be fun, I promise. So we have 22 seconds left. Shocker that I see it at 22. Thanks, Cheryl. Seems deck 1 is winning. Okay, I think it on YouTube we got, I think, deck 2. I love how y'all are so proud of me for figuring out something on live, because I'm telling you, I don't know how to do all this stuff on live. I just come on here, do the weekly Tarotscope, and that's it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so deck 1, got it. 57.14%. Sorry, YouTube. That's exciting. Look at us figuring this stuff out. Okay, deck number 1. For those of you just joining, I told everybody earlier, make sure you RSVP for the Tarot Masterclass that's happening on Monday. Not this Monday, next Monday, the 29th, okay? I'm going to take you through 2 hours of tarot instruction. Now, how do I get this off of here? Oh, there we go. So yeah, make sure you save your spot there, because my platform only allows so many people to join at a time, and I don't want you to miss out. Oh, you're in Malaysia. Nice. It's kind of late there. Let me get these shuffled for you. I've had people ask about, is the masterclass going to be recorded? Yes, however, I will not be offering the recording for, later viewing. It will be only for participants that RSVP, and the recording will be available for 48 hours only, because I have a gift at the end, and the gift is limited time. So, yeah. I love to overdo things, you guys. That's just who I am. So yeah, we're gonna cover a lot in that 2 hours. So like I said, be ready. And that's why I'm recording it and giving you the 48 hours to go back over it, because I'm going to give you so much information on building that solid foundation for being a tarot reader. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Okay. We're going to break it down. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to find out what is happening for us. What energy do we have showing up for each day this week, Monday through Sunday? I'm going to pull one card for each day. You can register through the link in my bio. So go to my profile, click on the link, and it's right there at the top. It says Tarot Masterclass. Will the recording be on YouTube? For the masterclass, no. It'll be in the circle.so space, like where you're at with the tribe. It'll be in that space for participants. But you're already in the tribe, Jennifer. So you're already getting my tarot apprenticeship. So you really don't have to go to the masterclass because you're already going through the full tarot apprenticeship. So decide what you want to do there. But I'm just letting you know that you don't have to go, okay? All right. So let's see what is coming up for us this week. All right. For today, Monday, we got the King of Pentacles. Very nice. So the King of Pentacles, let me tell you, he loves luxury, right? He loves all the good things. He is planting seeds in a grounded way to build something that, like, it's like everything that he does in life gives him a return. And it's not a negative thing, right? This is like, you know what? I'm tapped into my abundance. I know exactly what I need to do to bring about my abundance, and I'm doing it in a way to where it's going to be lasting, right? So today is about taking action and realizing that your financial status is your responsibility. If you want luxurious things, if you want the good life, if you want lasting abundance, then you have to be responsible for doing so, okay? So this can be feeling responsible for your own personal financial stability. This could be being responsible for the financial responsibility for your family and the health of your family, taking care of your family today. Like, do something that is going to help you and your family today, okay? Because the King of Pentacles, like I said, he's like business-minded, boss type energy. He's one of those that, like, he'll get into a situation and like he can fall into a puddle of mud and come out with a stack of cash. That's just how they are. It's weird, but it's just how they do. I don't know. They have this natural ability to see money as a tool, and they're like, hey, yeah, I can find this anywhere. So this is exactly what today is all about. It's like, what, you know, where have you stumbled into a puddle of mud and how can you come out with a stack of cash or whatever it may be that makes you feel successful, okay? Can I keep him as my wallpaper? Sure. Sure. But that's the thing. It's like you have to have the same mindset, right? When you are living in lack, when you're seeing everything as limited, unlike him, then you're putting him in reverse, right? You're giving everybody else the power to dictate your financial stability or your love for yourself, or, you know what I'm saying? Like you're limiting yourself by believing somebody else's lack, right? When he's direct, he's like, you know what? This is, I can make just as much money as the next person. I can do this and this and that. Everything that I do is going to bring me some sort of return. Everything I spend comes back to me times 10, right? He just naturally flows in with all this stuff. And that's what we're talking about here with the blessing that we got was the rebel, right? He is that rebel. He's like, oh no, it'll work out for me. Not worried, right? Because he has the attitude that does not go with the grain. He goes against the grain. That's why he's so successful, right? This is how I built my platform. I go against the grain. I teach true traditional tarot, which most people on this platform don't know. And they go for pop tarot, that's the money grab. And I've built a platform off of people respect the fact that I teach true tarot, right? Because that is lasting tarot. That is life transforming tarot, right? So you can do the same thing in your own world, whatever, you need to go against the grain and say, you know what? No, this is what is going to bring me lasting abundance. This is how I value myself. And it is my responsibility to value myself. It is my responsibility to plant those seeds and build my empire, right? Mind if I ask which deck that is? It is the Gilded Tarot. You still want to be him? You can. Absolutely, you can. Okay. All right, let's look at Tuesday's energy. Tuesday, we have the Empress in reverse. Okay. So the Empress, when she's in reverse, she can be disconnected from her abundance, right? She's ungrounded. She might experience health problems. So this can be your mother. This could be you if you're the married woman. This could be, there's just an issue collectively maybe we experience, because she can also represent Mother Gaia, right? So there could be an issue with the planet happening tomorrow. Maybe bad storms, maybe an earthquake, something like that, okay? When we see the Empress, she is in the flow of energy. She's in the flow of abundance. She is that divine feminine energy. When she's in reverse, she is all over the place because she's out of balance, because she's too worried about maybe taking care of everybody else and has forgotten about herself. She has gone through maybe a bad relationship, maybe a bad divorce, because she could be divorced when she's in reverse. She's gone through a divorce, or maybe on Tuesday, somebody's going to decide they want to go through a divorce. That's up to y'all. But she's gone through divorce and she's experienced some sort of loss, right? But you can always turn her direct, right? And the way we do that is we see our own value, because she too is also ruled by Venus, right? So we want to understand that it is up to us to value ourselves, to see ourselves, because nobody else can see it if you don't, right? If you don't even see the goodness in yourself, how is somebody else? Okay. So there's different ways that this can show up for you tomorrow. There might be an issue with yourself in your relationship. There might be an issue with your mother. We can see something, like I said, collectively with a prominent female that happens. But also it's like, you know what, with this being a major arcana, a big theme of the day is don't let yourself be disconnected from the divine feminine. Okay, be in the flow. Understand that you deserve abundance just like the next person. You deserve to be healthy just like the next person. You deserve all these things just like the next person. Okay? Libra season begins today, ruled by Venus and governs balance. You know what's funny? It's like, you know, I think about this often, but I haven't mentioned it or made a video about it. But it's like, you know what? If astrology is not real, why do they consider the fall time cuffing season when we have Libra season, right? Libra rules relationships. Cuffing season is here. If you don't know what cuffing season is, that's where people get together. They start relationships because they're really actively looking for relationships because the cold winter months are coming, right? So there you go. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. You're so sweet. Let's look at Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, Wednesday's not the best day for planting seeds. It's better for you to weed your garden. And what that means is to get rid of things that are not working for you. It's best to focus on maybe one thing and water that seed. Okay? There might be some plans that you had on Wednesday that don't happen, and maybe there's a little bit of disappointment there, but that's okay. Okay? Because everything is happening the way it should. Remember, the overall energy, the overall card we pulled was the Seven of Wands. This is indicating that things might happen that are unexpected, but you come out, but you come out on top here. You're able to handle anything that is thrown at you. Okay? Same with the Virgo season. All the kids go back to school. Yes, and routines change. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so let's go to Thursday. Thursday, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, this is good energy for movement, for creativity, for travel, for exploration. Okay, the Knight of Wands is all about action and movement towards what fires you up, what you desire. Okay, this is ruled by Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the spiritual, like, life student. They want to explore any and everything because they want to have that experience. They want to have the full experience of life. Now, in a relationship, this energy is not the best because they're here for a good time, not for a long time. But when he's direct, he's much more, he's better direct than he is reverse, obviously, right? So there could be that you meet somebody that you're very attracted to and they're exciting and they're just like, you can't stop like thinking about them, or you're like, I don't know why I'm so attracted to this person. It's because they have this energy. On Thursday, you can also be just like, you can just feel this excitement of the world around you, and you want to move and you want to learn and you want to experience, right? So this is a great day for you to tap into your spirituality, follow your intuition, let that guide you, let something fire you up to get you to move forward. Okay? Definitely a good day for you to invest your time and energy into your spiritual learning, your spiritual practices. Okay? If you're traveling, good day. Okay? Like this would be more like short distance travel. What did I miss? Wednesday is so Wednesday. Oh, Netflix series, right? That's funny. Okay, Friday. Friday, we have the star in reverse. Okay, so we're getting all these reversals. Interesting. Okay, so Friday, when the star is in reverse, it can feel like this energy of, this would be like collective hopelessness, or something doesn't work out the way that we thought it was going to, okay? Because this is ruled by Aquarius, and Aquarius is about society, right? It's about the collective and what's best for the collective. So whenever we see the star in reverse, it's like we need healing. We need collective healing, okay? There could be something personal for you to where it's like, you know what? We need to reevaluate your long-term goals and wishes. Mars is squaring Pluto for the next several days, creating tension and power struggles. Dang. Jamie, I need to just add you to the live so you can just speak all this stuff so you don't have to type it all out. Next week, remind me if you want to go live with me, if you can make it. I'll just bring you up on screen. So anywho, yes, definitely go inwards this week, especially we just came out of this eclipse, right? Eclipses are going to shake things up. So no wonder why we're seeing these reversals. Same thing happened after the last eclipse, right? We had reversals. My cards predicted what happened, right? So here we have the star in reverse again. It's like we need to reevaluate what our long-term goals and dreams are for the collective and for our personal self, right? And understanding that, we need healing. The world needs healing. And the way we're going to heal the world is by healing ourselves. And the way we do that is we go against what people are dictating for us to do, right? We look at what is. We look at the reality of the situation, and we use that information to help us move forward, right? So that's why I always preach about don't be a victim to the pop tarot stuff, because it's not real, right? It's all delusional psychosis type stuff, right? True traditional tarot is about working with the energy of the universe, understanding the universal laws, understanding the psychology, understanding the symbology. All of these things are speaking to you in a way that's meant to unlock something within you, okay? So whenever you stop going with the trends of pop tarot, then you start using traditional tarot, you unlock so much. You can ask my students, they're here in the chat. Okay. All right, let's look at Saturday. Saturday, ooh, we got the Wheel of Fortune. Look at that. Something is turning in your favor. Something is turning in our favor. Okay. So on Friday, it's like things didn't work out the way you thought. It wasn't a good time to like set the date for this thing. Saturday is a much better date, okay? Saturday is like anything can happen, and it's all for your greater good, all for your evolution, okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune is about alignment. It's not about luck. It's about alignment. It's about understanding it's funny, most tarot practitioners don't know this, but in traditional Rider-Waite tarot, there's a whole sentence that is formed out of the letters that are around the tarot. And I'm going to make a video and share this. It's a really cool sentence, and it's about understanding the universal laws and uncovering the keys of knowledge through the tarot, right? So when we see the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, there's this understanding of something here personally and maybe collectively, and we see this evolution happen. And the evolution is like, okay, we've been through this downswing, now it's time for an upswing, right? The majority of these cards here, well, I would say it's actually balanced now. We have 3 reverse and 3 direct. So that's why, no wonder why the Wheel of Fortune came out, because it's balancing out that perceived negative energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's look at Sunday. Ooh, Sunday we have the Nine of Cups. Nice energy. It's going to be a great weekend. Friday, there might be something that happens where plans don't work out. There's this disconnected feeling. We see something. I feel it's going to be more collective that we see something happen on Friday. So Friday would be a great day for you to make sure you're grounded, make sure you're going inward, make sure you're focusing on yourself and your goals and your intentions and your healing, okay? So Sunday, we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about, being really satisfied with what is going on in life, being proud of yourself, giving gratitude for all the good things that happened this week. Okay? We don't give gratitude for the big things. We give gratitude for the big things and the little things. Okay? Have you ever, I was thinking about this, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. But if you can't remember something, or maybe you've forgotten something and all of a sudden it clicks in your head and you're like, oh yeah, I need to do that. Or, oh yeah, I almost forgot to do that. Do you ever say thank you? Answer in the comments. Do you ever say thank you to your higher self, to your spirit guides, whoever? Do you ever thank that reminder? I love all these comments. Y'all are great. All the time? No, not often enough. Okay. Almost every morning now? No, didn't think of that in that manner. I do say thank you. No. I purged a bunch of material stuff yesterday. Felt amazing. Good for you. It does feel amazing, doesn't it? Because you've just shifted all the energy. Okay. So we want to do that. If you want to connect with your intuition stronger, if you want to strengthen that bond between your higher self, your spirit guides, God source energy, all of that, you want to acknowledge it. Okay? So let's say, what was it? Gosh, there was something that I almost forgot. Last night. So when I have a gig, if you don't know, I'm a professional singer, and I take my iPad with me, and I use it for lyrics just in case. I'll always have the lyrics pulled up because my ADHD brain, when I'm singing a song, I'm thinking about 15,000 other things, as well as paying attention to what's going on in the crowd, right? Interacting with people and all that. So I have the lyrics pulled up just in case I have a little brain burp and I need to go take a peek of the first line. It's true. A lot of singers do this, right? Even famous musicians do it, and you just don't see it because it's down low somewhere or it's above your head. Anywho, my iPad has been finicky lately. So if I don't plug it in, like if I don't keep it plugged in because it's old and the battery's shot, it won't work. It'll crash on me and all that stuff. So normally when I get home from a gig, I plug it back in to make sure that it's ready for Monday mornings. Well, yesterday or Saturday night, I didn't do that because I'd forgotten. And so yesterday, as I was coming to bed, it dawned on me. I walked past my little gig bag that I have all my stuff in, and it was like, charge your iPad. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I almost completely forgot, and it would have caused me problems this morning. And so I said, thank you so much for reminding me. And I'm not talking to anybody specifically because I don't know if it was my higher self. I don't know if it was my guides. I don't know if it was my grandparents that watch over me. I don't know. I don't care. All I say is, thank you for reminding me. Okay? So when you do that, you're building that bond. You're making it so much stronger. You're acknowledging that energy exists. Does that make sense? Good. I always try and say thank you daily for everything good. Yeah, that's good and bad. Yeah. I mean, that's part of life, right? It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes it's going to be rainy days like today. Okay, underneath, we have the Three of Cups. Why is that lying underneath? When the Three of Cups is in reverse, there could be an issue with somebody in your circle. Okay? Somebody in your circle is not quite aligning. So be aware. It doesn't have to be like family member or like super close friend. It could be a coworker because again, this is a collective reading. So it kind of expands the energy out, right? If I was doing a personal reading, I would tell you there's somebody in your immediate circle that is not the best, okay? So it can still apply, but we can also see it as, you know, whenever we're looking at the blessing of the unseelie as going against the grain, going against what everybody else is doing and doing what you know to be true. This can be what the Three of Cups in reverse represents, is you're letting all that fall away. You're not following people just because they're following a trend, or you're not following them into their lack mindset, or you're not gossiping about people. You're not doing this and this and that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're doing things differently than the people around you, and you have the support to do that this week, okay? And look at that right behind it. So we have the Six of Wands, success. And you are supported by the universe and the people that get it. Okay? And remember how I said last week about letting people carry their own crap. You don't have to carry it. That is their responsibility. You're responsible for your journey, your lane, you're doing your thing. Okay? Ever since we've met our spirit guides on day 1 of QMA, I've definitely been thanking them all the time. Good, Michelle. That's perfect. Raised Catholic, I always do gratitude and prayers before bed. Awesome. Perfect. So let's get some oracle and find out what else we need to know. Again, if you're just joining, make sure that you are RSVPing for the Tarot Masterclass happening on Monday the 29th. It's linked in my bio. Good night. I know I do have to pull the Kipper deck. We'll see what happens. Oh. All right, let's see. What is our message? You know what? See, I just got a reminder, and in my head, I say thank you to shuffle it even more. That's the thing about intuition, you guys, is it's very faint. It's very, very light. It's a very light thought or just knowing within yourself. And you have to listen to it. This is why when we do tarot, it needs to be in a calm environment so you can hear or sense those inklings, that intuition, okay? All right, now we're going to find out what else we need to know this week. And a lot of people ask me, how do I know when to stop shuffling? You just feel it, okay? There's no certain amount of times you need to shuffle. You just feel it. Okay, so we have third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. Okay, so the third chakra, it starts from the root, right? So 1, 2, 3, that's our solar plexus, okay? Where our intuition lies. We were just talking about that, okay? So this is gonna feel disconnected. What can you do? Well, do exactly what we were just talking about. Acknowledge those inklings. Acknowledge the reminders, acknowledge the good things that happen, acknowledge the awareness that the bad things bring to you. You see what I'm saying? We want to acknowledge all of that, and we want to pay attention to our intuition. And if you're struggling with that, you can talk to Archangel Chamuel, or however you want to pronounce his name, and say, hey, please help me strengthen my intuition, my guidance system, my sense of self, okay? And what's exciting, if y'all in the tribe have seen, did y'all see the new classes that Anne is putting on to getting to know your chakras? So if you're not in the tribe, every third Wednesday, I think it is, I'll have to go back and look. We're doing a class with Anne, who is our shamanic practitioner, and she's going to go over getting to know your chakras because you need to understand your energy centers, right? So that's exciting. If you're not in the tribe, you're missing out on so much. Not only do you get my tarot apprenticeship in there, that's something new, but we have so many different classes and events and modules that you could use. We have our own chat And last week I did tarot readings on live, but typically when I go live, I'll put a list in the tribe so you can get a free tarot reading, all of that. So there's so much available for you in the tribe. So if you're missing out, then that's your own fault. All right, what else do we need to know this week? Number 48, we got wishing well. Let's see what it wants to tell us. I love reading from my oracle decks. If you don't read from your oracle books, you're missing out because they have beautiful messages. You do not, in my personal professional opinion, you do not need to memorize your oracle decks. You do need to memorize tarot, okay? All right, the wishing well. Desire is a sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The wishing well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Hello, the unseelie. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the wishing well. Then trust in spirit. Be prepared, prepared to be amazed. So this is the thing about aligning with the universe is you just have to set your intention and let the universe figure out all the details, okay? That's why in the tribe, I gave you that exercise yesterday in order to make that intentional list, right? Because you're just going to say those, you're going to read those 2 to 3 times a day, and you're going to let the universe figure out all the details, okay? You don't have to worry about all that. There's no sense in doing that. Thank you all for the hearts and everything. I appreciate that. I still don't know what they mean, but I appreciate the love. But do you understand what I'm saying? You set the intention. You tell the universe, this is what I would love to experience. This is the kind of life I want to lead. And let the universe sort it all out. And you take the divinely inspired action when it presents itself. Does that make sense? This is how I blew up on TikTok, and my business just skyrocketed. It's because I set the intention, I visualized the life that I wanted to lead or live every day, and I took divinely inspired action whenever it presented itself, and then bam, everything just aligned. And my life has never been the same since. It's been incredible. It's more simple than you think. We overthink things. We complicate things. We think it has to be hard in order for us to be deserving of receiving that. And it's not. Now listen, being consistent and doing all that in business, whatever, that is hard. But it's simple. So, hey there. Well, I'm glad you caught me live. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, the universe does not want to complicate things. Humans complicate things. And we want to take all of that stuff out and focus on the alignment with the universe so we can receive that flow of whatever it may be. Good health, peace, abundance, all of that, right? So use that list that I told you about. All right. Now we're going to use the Kipper deck. We'll see what comes out. We get the same like 1 to 2 cards all the time. So let's see what we need to know this week. What is our message this week? Oh, expectation. We got a different one. Very nice. So here's number 28, okay? Again, 2 is receptive. It's feminine energy, okay? It's also about balance. 8 is karmic energy. 8 is also connected to financial abundance. So the universe is telling you to expect blessings, expect miracles, expect great things to happen to you, and you will see them. Okay? 28 is connected to 10, the Wheel of Fortune. Can't make this up, right? Here we have number 48. 4 is the earthly world, seeing what is, okay? Looking at it logically, and then figuring out, this is what I want. And you're putting it out there. You're putting it into the karmic field, okay? And then, let's see, that's 12, and then 3. 3 is expression. 3 is manifestation. So here we have 28. When you expect good things happen. When you expect bad things happen, right? That's why they tell you, all spiritual practitioners tell you, stop living in the future, because you're expecting the future to be the same as today when something didn't work out, right? Or you feel like you don't have enough money or whatever this is. You're expecting every day to be the same. And the universe is like, well, okay. See, there's that concern underneath. Number 33, and that's what you're expressing so much, because it's double the 3, double the communication, double the creation, double the manifestation, right? We got to heal that. We got to stop being so worried about everything. And like Groundhog Day. God, such a nightmare movie. But you have to go against the grain of what your programming was or is and what society does. Because you see so many people talk about, oh, in this economy and in this inflation and da-da-da-da-da-da. Nope, cancel. I'm not listening to that. Because in my world, I live in constant abundance. In my world, I receive money every day. In my world, I can afford anything that I want. So you have to be the one that goes against that. Now, you don't do it in a stupid way. You have to make sure you're staying connected. Do you understand? There's a difference. Like, you go out and spend all your money and you're like, well, the universe wants me to be abundant, so I'm going to go out and spend all my money. The universe is like, well, we didn't mean it like that. Like, you can go out and spend money and be in the flow, but you also need to understand that you also have a responsibility to your bills and whatnot, because everything I spend comes back to me times 10 applies to whenever you pay for your bills too. So make sure you're not putting yourself in a bad situation. But understand that everything you spend can flow right back to you. And I've shown you all how it happens, okay? All right, let's see what else. New worlds. There are many more things for you to discover, so don't give up. Ooh, I love that. More adventures. Embrace the unknown with curiosity, letting each journey shape your path and wisdom. There you go. Everything you experience is part of the journey, okay? Now, there's this confusion of, if something negative happens and people are like, well, you chose for that to happen, da, 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 da. Some things you did, some things you didn't. I mean, this is the world. This is where things happen that we don't always have control over. Okay, but we take the experience, we learn from it, and we leave it in the past. We don't carry it with us, okay? Because when you do that, it becomes so heavy that you get stuck in one spot because you can't move because it's so heavy, right? But if you keep releasing, learning and releasing, you can continue on this journey. You can continue on having amazing experiences instead of keeping yourself held back. Does that make sense? It reminds me of the Labyrinth, when that lady's in the junkyard. She's got all that stuff piled on top of her. That's like you and all your negative experiences. Thank you for that. You and all your negative experiences you're carrying around, and it gets so heavy that you finally just fall down. And you're like, I just can't go on anymore. I'm just stuck here. This is just my life. And the universe is like, if you would just take that backpack off, all that heap, that junk pile, if you would just take all of that off, you can move forward in the way you want to, okay? Let's look at the money deck and see what money message we have this week. What money message do we have this week? Look at that. Recognition. If this is your first time seeing this or seeing me do this, this deck has positive and not so positive cards in it, right? So we got recognition here. I love this because that's what we got, the blessing of the unseelie, the blessing of being in your true authentic self, the blessing of saying no to when you want to say no, or saying yes to when you want to say yes, and just being in that true authenticity, and you get recognized for that. Okay? I'm going to read, there's 3 ways to resonate. Number 1, your money is looking good and solid. Number 2, whatever you're working on now will win you the respect of others. Number 3, you could earn a leadership position or get the recognition you deserve. So there you go. We, as a collective, we love to cheer for the underdog, right? We love to celebrate people that have gone from what feels like nothing to fame and success, whatever it may be, right? But then we doubt that we can do that ourselves. Or we have people around us who don't want us to succeed because that means that they have to admit that they can do something different with their lives. Do you understand? It's the crab in the bucket, right? Like, don't leave me, because then that means I'm responsible for my own success, my own happiness, instead of blaming circumstances, right? So there has to be this balance, and like you have to put the blinders on to say, you know what, I'm going for this and I'm doing it no matter what anybody says, because I feel the pull, I feel the call, I know I need to do this. And then once you hit that success and they're like, oh, I'm so happy for you, I'm so proud of you, da da da. And it's like, yeah, thanks. You weren't the entire way. But that's the difficulty of going through your spiritual awakening. That's the difficulty of going against the grain. That's the difficulty of like stepping into your authenticity, is because you have to go through those very uncomfortable times where people outside of you, right? You're the only one in here. Everybody else doesn't understand it. And they're not supposed to, because they have their own journey. You have yours, right? So when you're going towards what it is that you feel you are just, absolutely drawn to, you will experience success if you stay on that path. But if you let people hold you back, you will be just as miserable, if not more, than them. Okay? This is why it's so important to never give up, to keep going, because you will experience success. And you don't want it to be overnight, because that is fleeting. That was just a little taste, okay? We want it to be steady. Some that were very close to me are no longer. They went away. Yeah, I know. And that happened. And then they wind up trying to come back. Every time. Every time. I've experienced this so many times, it's laughable, that people have talked shit about me, left my life, and then a little bit later, here they come back around. Erica, I need you. Erica, this and that. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. You go enjoy the rest of your life. You have lost, you've lost the ability to have this connection with me. Done. So yeah, and you will experience that. All right, let's see what crystal we can use this week. This deck cannot be found on Amazon or anything like that. I do have it linked in my bio. Miss Denise right here from Drazak Den created this deck. She is one of my tarot students. She's in my tribe. She's one of my OG tarot students and tribe members, and she created her own spiritual business and her own oracle deck. So go follow her. And Jamie, I don't know if Jamie's still in here. She's one of my OG tarot students, and now she has her own business as well. So yeah. You're getting yours today? Yay! All right, what is our crystal for this week? What is our crystal for this week? Ooh, Botswana agate. Spiritual awakening, new beginnings, and balance. Oh, we were just talking about your spiritual awakening. Botswana agate wraps you in its nurturing energy, offering comfort and emotional healing during times of change, which is perfect because we just had that eclipse, right? And we're going to feel the effects, like Jamie said, until the next full moon. Allow its gentle vibrations to bring you clarity and inner peace as you navigate life's transitions with grace. Look how pretty that is. And there's more in the booklet. It comes with the booklet in here. You can get this deck, and this will help you. You can use the card itself. You don't have to have every single crystal that's in this deck, right? You can use the card itself to boost the energy. You can leave it laid out on your desk. You can leave it on your nightstand, wherever you're going to see it, or you need that boost of energy. There you go. Okay, beautiful deck. I love it so much because all the photos are Denise. They're just in different form. So pretty. Okay, let's see. Let's do a spirit animal right quick, and then we'll get into the Rebel deck. Everybody's favorite. I still need to create, oh, look, it's at the bottom. Of course it is. Our little fox friend. But I still need to get into creating my own deck one of these days. What is our message for this week? What is our spirit animal for this week? What is our spirit animal for this week? Oh, butterfly, rebirth. Isn't that pretty? It says, you can reinvent yourself. Oh, the cards know, you guys, you can't make this stuff up. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. I mean, every single one of these is everything we've been talking about this entire time. So there you go. Butterfly, rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. So yeah. Love it. I'm taking a big exam for a career change on Saturday. Oh, look at you. That's a great day. Great day for that. Okay. Now let's get into the Rebel deck. If you get your feelings hurt easily, this is the time for you to scroll away. Because the Rebel deck will sometimes call you out and hurt your feelings. I agree, Heather. It was a great reading. All right, let's see. What is our Rebel message for this week? Uh-oh. Says shit is going down with your job. Reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. How can we see that in a collective way, right? Listen, you guys, your job or your career is what you spend the majority of your life doing, okay? So if you are unhappy in your job or your career as a whole, it is your responsibility to make that change. Because if you died tomorrow, they're going to replace you the next day, right? There's no loyalty when it comes to working in JOB, okay? Now, if that's what you prefer, then make sure you're in a job or a career that you love, okay? Hang on, I got to verify myself. Do I have links for the decks? I don't. I need to do like an Amazon storefront. I have one, but again, me and technology, we're still trying to figure each other out. This one's found on Etsy. So it's called the Rebel deck. But anywho, yeah, so you're spending the most time in something that you're unhappy with. So that ripples out into the rest of your life. So you want to make sure that you're doing something that you do enjoy, that you do love, that brings you fulfillment and also is going to pay the bills, right? And plus some. I always try to tell my kids, it's best to be an entrepreneur, but not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, right? Because it's not easy. It can be highly stressful, but it can also be highly rewarding. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes. This is why it drives me crazy when people like get mad that I charge for things. And I'm like, if you only knew all of the work that goes into everything that I offer behind the scenes, you would be like, oh my God, you're not even charging enough for this, right? So if you want to be an entrepreneur, just understand it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a little bit of crazy, and maybe a lot of bit of crazy. But it can be highly rewarding. The sky is the limit when it comes to earning through an entrepreneurship. But if you're not that type, then get into a career where you feel like you're doing something good for the world. Okay? Don't just do something just because it pays the bills. Do something that you love. Okay? That could be standing up in justice and recognition. Yeah? I agree. Definitely a little bit of crazy to be an entrepreneur. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh. Okay, let's make sure I didn't miss a thing. So, make sure you RSVP to the Tarot Masterclass, okay? Like I said, spots are limited for that class because my platform only allows so many participants. If you have any questions about it, feel free to DM me. I'm happy to answer them. It will be recorded and available 2 days after, and then that's it. Okay, so if you can't make it on the day of, I really recommend you make it on the day of because you'll be able to ask questions because we're going to have a live Q&A. But if you can't, then at least you'll be able to watch the recording the next couple of days after. Okay, so make sure you RSVP. If you have any questions, let me know. Check out Getting Into My Tribe, and you have full access to everything. The Tarot Apprenticeship, the new chakra series that's coming up, our live chat, all kinds of stuff, okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful week, and remember, focus on the blessings. Expect good things, and that's what you're going to experience, okay? All right, love you. Mwah. I'll see you next Monday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here. All right, have a great week.